The world is filled with men who sit at the feet of others, blindly following teachers and masters, never daring to think for themselves. This is a mistake. No true progress can come from dependence. The real work of growth must be done by the individual. One must take what resonates, discard what does not, and shape their own understanding. The universe does not reward those who merely repeat the words of another. It rewards those who think, act, and build their own path. There is no virtue in parroting the words of another. The mind, like a muscle, grows only when exercised. Reliance on a so-called master leads only to stagnation. A man must be his own leader. He may listen, he may learn, but in the end, he must act upon his own judgment. Truth belongs to all, and no one has a monopoly on wisdom. The real teacher is life itself. Each individual must learn to extract wisdom from his experiences. Let no man accept anything blindly, but rather test all things, proving them through his own reason and experience. Stop sitting in the shadow of others. Stop being a mere reflection of another's light. It is time to become a sun, to shine with your own radiance, to build strength through independent thought. The growing soul realizes that all it needs is within itself. It must listen, observe, but ultimately, it must stand on its own feet, confident and unafraid. The universe is governed by law, one great law that manifests in countless ways. Men accept the law of gravitation, but ignore the equally powerful law of attraction in the thought world. Thought is a force, a real and tangible energy, vibrating through the ether, attracting to itself that which it corresponds to. Like attracts like. Thoughts of success bring success, while thoughts of failure bring failure. Every thought you think sends out waves, drawing to you people, circumstances, and events in harmony with that thought. A man who constantly holds in his mind thoughts of strength, courage, and positivity will find himself surrounded by people of similar nature. Conversely, the man who broods on failure, fear, and doubt will attract the very conditions he dreads. It is not fate nor luck, but the workings of the law. What you think, you bring upon yourself. Most men are ignorant of this principle. They drift through life, absorbing the thoughts of those around them, never realizing that their own mental attitude is shaping their destiny. But the wise man understands. He carefully selects his thoughts, guarding his mind against negativity, and deliberately holding the vision of what he desires. This is not mysticism. It is practical knowledge. Just as a magnet draws iron, so does thought draw its like. Train your mind to think rightly, and you will draw into your life the conditions you wish to manifest. Will is the engine that drives all achievement. Many complain of their weakness, yet few understand that the will can be developed, trained, and made into an instrument of power. The man who exercises his will can accomplish wonders. The weak-willed, however, drifts aimlessly, the plaything of circumstances. Most men fail because they lack the determination to persist. They wish, they hope, they dream, but they do not will. True willpower does not mean mere desire. It means a firm, unshakable determination to see things through, no matter the obstacles. A man with will does not make excuses. he acts. He does not falter at the first sign of difficulty. He presses forward. Every act of will strengthens the muscle of determination, making it easier to exert control over the mind. You must train your will as you would a muscle. Begin with small acts of control. Rise at the hour you set. Complete the tasks you promise yourself. Refuse to give in to laziness and fear. Each victory, however small, strengthens the will until it becomes a mighty force, able to sweep aside doubt and weakness. The man of strong will carves his path through life, while the man of weak will drifts wherever the winds may take him. The choice is yours. A man's thoughts are either his servants or his masters. Most men allow their thoughts to run wild, unchecked, tormenting them with fears, worries, and doubts. But the wise man controls his mind. He selects his thoughts as a master selects his tools, using only those that serve him, discarding those that weaken him. Mental control is the secret to peace, strength, and success. It is not enough to wish for a strong mind. One must train it. Concentration is the key. Just as a stream, when channeled, gains power, so does the mind when focused. The scattered, restless mind accomplishes nothing. But the focused mind, trained to fix itself on a task, can achieve wonders. When fear or worry arises, do not fight it directly. What you resist, you strengthen. Instead, turn your attention to a higher thought. Train your mind to dwell on courage, strength, and confidence. And soon the lower vibrations will fade. This is not suppression, but transmutation. The mind, like a garden, must be cultivated with care. Weed out the useless thoughts and plant only those that serve your growth. The man who masters his mind masters his life. Fear is the great enemy. It weakens the will. It paralyzes action. It darkens the mind. Fear is a disease, a poison that seeps into the soul, robbing a man of his strength, leaving him a mere shadow of what he might be. But fear can be conquered. In its place, courage can be made to grow. The first step in overcoming fear is to recognize it for what it is, an illusion. Most of the things we fear never come to pass, and those that do, we find ourselves capable of handling when the time comes. The mind, when trained in courage, meets difficulties with strength and intelligence. The fearful mind sees only defeat. Train yourself in fearlessness. Every time you shrink back from an imagined difficulty, step forward instead. Face that which you dread, and it will lose its power over you. Fear feeds on avoidance. Courage is strengthened by action. Do not wait for fear to disappear before acting. Act in spite of it, and it will vanish. The fearless man moves through life with confidence. He is not reckless, but he is bold. He has mastered the great lesson that he is the creator of his own destiny, the captain of his soul, and in that knowledge, he finds true freedom. Ready to unlock a universe of wisdom? Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and enjoy the power of knowledge.